Let me tell you about some hot times. WWE is currently in hard times, so we're gonna play the game, and we're gonna be ranking every WWE NXT champion in history. Welcome back, guys. The Fog Wrestling, NXT, the development brand, the Ford brand. Everybody talks about, Triple H and Dusty Rhodes. They were instrumental. They raised the next generation. Well, guess what, guys? The next generation absolutely fucking sucks. We just seen Raw get a 2.3 on Netflix. We've seen SmackDown get under 1 million on the USA Network. And partially, the reason for that is that the current crop have come from NXT. A third brand that was pish. A third brand that never created a genuine top star, in my opinion. Spoiler alert. So what we're going to look at today is we're going to go through every single NXT champion. I believe they're not in order, so it doesn't really matter. But we're going to go through everybody that has held the NXT championship belt. And we're going to place them into the category which suits them. So not where we think they belong, but we're going to put them to where they actually belong and what they have achieved in the company on the main roster. And we're going to see exactly what NXT has done for WWE in terms of the main roster, in terms of SmackDown, and in terms of Raw. Because this was supposed to bring the next generation, the future. And for me, all it's done is create a bunch of fucking jobbers for the mid-card scene.
No, I totally agree. Dusty Rhodes, it's been said a lot recently and over the years that he's created a lot of guys from NXT. So we're going to put that to the test.
Imagine if you did a tier list and you took NXT and then you did OVW. Which development has created the top star? NXT's not, in my opinion, NXT's not created a top star. OVW's created at least 4.
Oh, fuck, aye, yes.
At least 4.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got Cena, Brock, Batista, and Orton.
Not a bad 4 to have.
So, yeah, anyway, maybe we will do an OVW one in the future. We'll probably do a female one for NXT. Like I say, this is not my opinion. we're going to be honest, and we're going to put them into the category where they belong. So there is 7 categories. There is top star, main eventer, upper mid-carder, lower mid-carder, jobber, enhancement talent, and then NA. NA is basically just going to be for somebody that didn't make it to the main roster, or like made it for the main roster for 1 week and then died, or something like that. I don't know if anyone actually fits that category, but
we'll get to them when we get to them.
I thought I'd stick it in just in case. So we start with, that's Neville. That is Adrian Neville. He was an NXT champion. I think I'm pretty sure he was one of the early champions. I think he was like maybe the 3rd or 4th champion. Either way, what did this guy, an NXT champion, what did he go on to achieve on the main roster of WWE?
Absolutely hee-haw. I remember a match with Jericho where he broke his ankle, and then Jericho and Charles Robinson were having a bit of a go at each other. Then I remember him doing things with the Cruiserweight title, like he actually done things. He didn't do anything, I just remember.
205 Live belt, mate, that shitey purple one, is it not the 205 Live?
It was, something like that. So, I think there's only 2 options here for me. Lower mid-carder and jobber. And it's probably closer towards jobber.
I agree, I'm going to go jobber. Listen,
we're playing it fair, we're playing it by the book.
Yeah, he wasn't an enhancement talent, he wasn't simply just there to put people over, but I don't think he done enough. He didn't have any mid-card belts. The best he got was that 205 Live / Cruiserweight title, that purple belt that didn't mean dick. So, it's jobber for me. Guy done nothing. Can't really remember. I can't remember one. You brought up the Jericho match. I can't really recall.
I only remember that because Jericho talked about it on his podcast.
Right. Next we got, these are all former NXT champions, so there's no point really clarifying that and stating that. We've got Sami Zayn. Right. Sami Zayn. I've got to be honest, I do think he's been positioned as an upper mid-carder, even though I personally have him nowhere near that that place on the card, but I do believe that is where WWE have got him over the last 10 years.
Yeah, and obviously it's fluctuated. He's been a main eventer, guys, come on. He's did the lower mid-carder.
Night one, didn't count.
I know, but yeah, you're right, it has to be upper mid-carder, even though it just sounds wrong. Guy's had some decent comedy angles over the years, be lying to say he hasn't. But see, for the most part, this guy looks like a guy you'd see at the corner of your street. Well, in a city, by the way. If you live in a decent area, probably not.
Absolutely. So it's going to be upper mid card there for Sami Zayn. Unfortunately, that's where WWE put him. I'd be lying to say otherwise. Right, up next we've got Adam Cole.
He could be NA, you know.
This guy either never appeared on the main roster, or he did appear and he was just so fucking irrelevant I can't remember.
I think he appeared like in the NXT Invasion.
Yeah, I remember him.
But I don't think that really counts, does it?
I seen a match the other day, him versus Seth Rollins, and people were like, "Oh, it's disgraceful how the crowd were dead for this. It was two great in-ring workers."
No, it's two jobbers, folks.
Yeah, so I think Adam Cole might be NA. But I tell you what, under the trip, while McMahon was still there, this guy would never achieved anything.
McMahon wanted him to be a manager.
This guy, I'm going to say NA.
It's NA, right? But see, if he did make it up to the main roster, he would have been jobber.
Yeah, definitely.
He's got, I mean, look at Neville's physique. At least Neville's got a physique.
To be fair, he might be an enhancement talent.
Oh, yeah.
But it's NA for now.
Adam Cole's got the physique of one of those guys, right? That would, like a Colin Delaney, who would simply just be there to get killed.
No, definitely. But for some reason, back then, people accepted that was Colin Delaney's role. But nowadays, we have to pretend that Adam Cole should be a top guy.
Right, up next, got a guy whose head's
Malachi Black, or Aleister Black, call him what you want.
Right. It's got to be lower mid-carder for me.
Yeah, and I feel like that's being generous, but he's definitely not an upper mid-carder. He's done fuck all, and who knows, he might get a shot with the US title, but all he's done is taken over the gimmick of Karrion Kross, who literally was a jobber. I mean, Karrion Kross had, one fucking match in 2 years and couldn't buy a win? How could anybody say Karrion Kross was anything more than a jobber?
Of course he was, no two ways about it, but yeah, I would say with Aleister Black, it's been very consistent. He hasn't went up to main eventer, but done the enhancement talent. It's kind of just been the shitey mid-card.
Agreed. Right, up next we've got Andrade.
Right.
Was in the company, left the company, came back, did nothing, left the company again. Was he US champion at any point? I can't remember.
He might have been. I'm gonna say jobber. This guy's been given more chances than most and fucking failed on every occasion.
You think this guy's lower down the card than Aleister Black?
I do, yeah.
Funny, I'd put this guy above Aleister Black.
No, I wouldn't, because I feel like with Aleister Black, it's been very consistent. But with Andrade, his role was simply walking up to other Mexican guys backstage, speaking a bit of Spanish, then fucking off. I mean, I can't really put that anything other than jobber.
Yeah, and I think he was teaming with Dragon Lee before he left, wasn't he? So, yeah, you know what? I think he's above Neville, though, so we'll stick him.
I just don't remember Andrade having like a prominent solo match or feud. I, at least with Black, I remember half, like Hings.
Yeah, on this, got Big E Langston. I'd probably stick this guy into the upper mid-card category with Sami Zayn. Yes, he was a world champion.
Never felt like one, though.
Or WWE champion, but yeah, never felt like it. He was a transitional champion as well.
It's not like if he didn't get injured, he'd be a 7-time champion.
Yeah, no, I don't think he'd ever won it again, to be honest. And yeah, I mean, mainly his run was in the tag team division. I'll stick him in. Is he above Sami Zayn or below Sami Zayn?
I'd say
he's below, but he did get the WWE title,
which makes it sound weird.
But I still think he's below.
Sami Zayn's had consistent levels.
Yeah.
This guy's
I agree. Right, up next, Bo Dallas. I think this guy's enhancement talent. People can say, well, he's in the Wyatt 6. No, this guy is a fucking jobber. What has this guy accomplished on the main roster? He couldn't get a look in until his brother died, and that is the facts. You do got...
He's a tribute act.
All you got to do...
He's the definition of a tribute act.
...is believe. I remember that shite that lasted for 2 weeks. I think he's enhancement talent.
I agree.
He's a jobber of the highest proportion.
Yeah.
Right, so there you go. Enhancement talent. Right, up next, got Bobby Roode. I like Bobby Roode. Better things should have came for Bobby Roode. But honestly, I think he was nothing more than a lower mid-card guy at best.
Above Aleister Black.
He had
not by much.
He had the US title a couple of times, I believe, but
glorious.
Nothing memorable at all.
Yep.
Right, Braun Breaker.
Tough one to rank because
not been on the main roster that long. I say that he's been on it about a year and a half.
Yep.
So long enough. In the Vision, had a couple of Intercontinental title reigns. He probably is upper mid-carder.
But yeah, you say that, but he's not had like a prominent match against a prominent guy, has he? Really, like on a pay-per-view?
Yeah, unlike Big E and Sami
Like,
Zayn.
I would honestly say, I mean, if you said lower, top of lower, or bottom of upper, I can't complain.
I think just because of how he's been positioned, probably since Mania, and he has been in the faction with the world champ, like I'd probably say he's just in the upper mid card category, but there's not much in it.
Yeah, it's more of hope rather than reality. We'll stick him in there.
I'll stick him in there. Right, up next, Carmelo Hayes.
Jobber.
He had a best of 7 series against is it Andrade?
Aye.
Oh,
Well, that tells you all you need to know.
Yeah, now he's feuding with the Miz, doing absolutely fucking hee-haw. He's jobber for me. Is he above Andrade? Is he below Andrade? Does it really matter at the end of the day?
I'd say he's below Andrade.
Andrade.
Let's not pretend that Andrade didn't feel like a more important asset to WWE than Carmelo Hayes.
Yeah. Right, up next, got Dolph Ziggler. For me, though, this is NA because he was already on the main roster and
he's like cheated the system here.
Yeah, so I'm not going to give NXT. You can't give NXT credit. You can't say, oh, this guy was an upper mid carder and say NXT credit. Nah, he was alright. So
let's be honest. When he won the NXT title, he was a bit of a fucking jobber.
Yeah, and listen, you could say the same, like for example, of Bobby Roode. But what I will say is Bobby Roode was coming into WWE for the first time. Ziggler wasn't. So we'll stick him in NA because it would be unfair to give NXT the benefit of the doubt for creating Ziggler. Same with Drew McIntyre. I think we've got to stick McIntyre in NA.
Yes, and also Drew, I think he revamped himself in TNA.
Yeah. Right, up next, we've got Ethan Page.
When you have to zoom in.
Yeah, that's when you know you've got issues. Right, Ethan Page, he's not called up to the main roster yet, so I think that it would be... you can't rate him.
See Ethan Page, right? He is going to be nothing more than a lower mid-carder. Absolutely. But that's when he gets called up. So right now, you can't rank
lower mid-carder at best.
Oh, at best,
best. By the way, these are not really in order, but I will just stick them in order in case someone's thinking, what the fuck, why you got Adam Cole above Drew McIntyre? Right, Finn Balor.
I'm going to say lower mid-carder for me. People will be like, well, that's far too... I'll tell you why, it's not...
If we did this a couple of years ago, I'd have put him in upper mid.
Yeah, but see the last couple of years, he has been... he's literally been a jobber the last couple of years.
He's on the same level as JD McDonough. You can't tag team with someone. See if you tag team with someone that you're either far superior than or far inferior than, then two things either happen. You either bring that person up to your level or they drag you down to theirs.
And what's happened?
And JD McDonough
going down.
No, but name me a tag team that's been a tag team for numerous years and they've stayed like levels apart.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't. They either break up after a short period of time, or one drags the other one up to like at his level, or the other one gets brought down to the others.
No, you're right. It's fucking damn right. It's like DX elevated Triple H.
Aye.
Didn't bring Shawn Michaels down to the minis.
Definitely not there. Right, Finn Balor, lower mid card. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Don't stick him at the top.
You know what's insane? This guy was a world champion.
Yeah, for one night. Right, up next, got Johnny fucking Gargano.
Right.
Now, people will say he was a tag team champ, but you got to factor in the tag team belts don't mean dick. They really don't.
Yeah.
We could be tag team champions, and I'd be putting us in enhancement talent. So, you know, at the end of the day,
I mean, it can't be anything other than top star for Johnny Gargano, can it?
No, where is it actually for Johnny Gargano?
Enhancement talent. I mean, has he ever won a singles match? I mean, at least everyone in Jobber can claim that. Even if it doesn't feel like it for Carmelo Hayes.
You won a title, though. Does that get him bottom of Jobber?
Bo Dallas's faction won the titles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but he didn't, did he?
From them. I mean, he's the leader.
Is he ahead of Bo Dallas at least?
Aye, we'll give him that.
Right.
His wee size 3 gutties are ahead of Bo Dallas.
Right, Eli Dragunov.
I like pain.
Just... He's probably been positioned as a lower mid-carder. I know he's a US champion, but he doesn't feel like it. He really fucking... He's facing...
He is partly the reason why the ratings are dead.
He's taking on Nathan Fraser, for fuck's sake.
No,
so.
see the ratings, right? They've fucking nosedived over... Well, I mean, they've nosedived for years, but over the course of the last 2 months, him and Sami Zayn's US Open Challenge, I strongly believe, are a major part of the reason why the ratings have died on their arse.
See, if you're doing a US Open Challenge and you're having a match every week with no build and no story or nothing like that,
and no stars.
The only way for somebody to care about that is if the guy defending the belt is an act. Either the guy defending the belt has to be a star, or the person doing the Open Challenge has to be facing a star. But preferably the guy with the belt, because he's the guy that's drawing. He's the guy that you're guaranteed to get every single week.
Which is why they should give it to Cena or Orton. Guys like that.
Now here, Cena's US Open Challenge, I personally wasn't a big fan of it, because I thought it was just him giving these like NXT guys, or giving these like lower mid-card guys a chance to compete for a mid-card title. I thought Cena was way above that. I think that US title Open Challenge thing hurt Cena.
It opened the door.
But I tell you what, Cena's doing a US Open Challenge is way better than Sami Zayn or Eli Dragunov doing one. I do know that much. Right, is this guy going lower mid-carder?
Aye, I would agree with that. That's definitely where they're putting him at. I mean, honestly, I think without his injury, it looked like he was taking on Gunther for the world title, sadly.
Yeah, I think we'll stick it. Is he above Malachi Black? Below Malachi Black? Is he...
whatever you want him. I'm no bothered.
Right, up next, Keith Lee. This big fat piece of shit. Now here, see when this guy was in that Survivor Series match and he almost beat Roman Reigns, I thought, oh, they're gonna push this guy. But I believe he lost. Did he not lose to Jeff Hardy and Karrion Kross? Yeah. And back to here. Nothing wrong with losing to Jeff Hardy, but let's be honest, Jeff Hardy at that period of time was getting treated like a jobber, a donut.
He was wrestling gimps and all that shit.
Then he kind of just put on too much weight. He left the company, and then Triple H cucked him out by sleeping with his wife. So for me, he's a jobber.
He's got to be. I mean, he's a cuck, damn it.
It is what it is. He's a jobber, and I think he's below Neville. Neville won a title. This guy didn't.
Aye.
Neville,
a fat bastard.
Yeah. No, do you agree?
I agree. Keith Lee was a fucking jobber.
Right, Kevin Owens.
Upper mid-carder.
He's above Sami, isn't he?
He's above Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
I don't see any time this guy has been in a title match, he's never been the A-side.
No, never.
Right, and he's never main evented a pay-per-view where he's been like the most important thing to it. Right? See when this, like, there's just upper mid-carder for me. There's people...
At best.
There's people on this list that you can make... there's people in the last 15 years of wrestling that we don't like, but you can accept by their position that they're a main eventer. And Kevin Owens not felt like it.
And I think we're going to have to do that up next, because... Yes. Up next goes Seth Rollins, and I will go out on a limb and I will say that I believe he is the only main event guy that is the NXT's created. NXT now as a brand
Did Roman Reigns not win the NXT
belt? No, he came up straight away, kind of. So yeah, NXT now has been going on as a third show for basically almost 13 years, something like that. And I think this is the only NXT champion that they've actually brought up to the main roster to be a main. I don't like him. I don't think he's good, but I can't sit here and say he's not a main event guy. What I will say is, I always think he feels like a weak champion whenever he's got the belt. Anytime he's in a big feud, he's always the B-side. Whether he's against John Cena, whether he's against Sting, whether he's against Brock, whether he was against Roman, whether he was against Triple H, hell, whether he's in recent times, he's been against like Edge, CM Punk. He always feels like he is the B-side of the equation.
Yeah, he's a B-plus player. Rollins has got in-ring ability. I can't really deny that, but he is a fucking loser of a man. He's a goofball. He's cringy. Just putting a different word in front of your name doesn't mean it's an actual gimmick. But you would be lying to say they haven't portrayed him as a main eventer. We're talking about SummerSlams, Survivor Series, talking about Manias here, moments as well. You can remember moments with Rollins. With many people on this list, you can't.
See the matches that Rollins has been the A side in. I can't remember them.
Yeah, it's always
because they weren't relevant. I'm sure that Rollins has probably faced Finn Balor and been the A side, or Oh, he faced the Fiend. Was it A-side in that? Probably was, wasn't he?
Close enough, wasn't it?
Anyway, I agree. He's a main eventer, I think.
Yeah.
Right, up next, got Trick Williams, NA. Although I do think he will have potential, but I only see upper mid-carder at best, unfortunately. Although I personally would have him as a main event guy, but
Why
we'll see.
not? Sink or swim.
Right, Obafemi, it's NA because he's just not done anything. He's still in NXT for whatever reason. Lame. Samoa Joe. Down out. So, Samoa Joe. I think it was downhill. Honestly, this guy I think felt good for a couple of months on the main roster. He went toe-to-toe with Roman. He went toe-to-toe with Brock. Remember the promos where Heyman on Raw was putting over Samoa Joe as a killer, and he did feel genuine, but it really was for a short period of time. And then before you know it, had that feud with AJ, when he talked about AJ's wife, and then just fucking that disappeared, didn't he? It was
too many injuries, but
too many donuts.
It's all about how they portrayed him, and I think it's got to be upper mid card for me. I don't ever really recall watching it and thinking, "Oh, this guy's a bit of a jobber." It just seemed like any time he got momentum, he got picked up an injury.
True, but I don't think it's a top. I don't think.
No, it's not. It's not the top.
Might be the bottom. Like, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd say the bottom for Joe.
There you go. We'll stick Joe in the bottom mid card. Right, Nakamura.
Put him beside his Wee Japan buddy, Finn Balor.
Lower mid card. Is he above? What's the question? Is he?
I think he's above Balor because I feel like in the years since their heyday, he's done a bit more.
Hold on, Balor won the title. Balor in recent years has competed for the title. What's Nakamura done?
So did he. He had a match against Roman Reigns, just like Balor.
Fuck, I can't remember it.
Well, I can.
I'm
a real wrestling fan.
You want to admit that these days?
No.
No, hold on.
Take it back. Delete it.
Finn Balor wrestled Damian Priest for the belt. And then who
but Nakamura had the US belt. He dropped Cena on his head. Fuck him.
For that reason, I'm putting him below fucking Finn. Right, Tommaso Ciampa. I think he's got to go next to Johnny Gargano.
Yep.
Just what's this guy done outside of a tag team division?
For that Disneyland photo alone, it's enhancement talent.
I think Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are guys that can pick up wins in the tag team division, but they would just never be given a win over anybody semi-relevant in a singles match.
No, it's insane though. I believed once McMahon went, Triple H... do you not think it's actually funny how Triple H hasn't really put over too many indie darlings and still made the product as bad as what it is? Because what I thought would happen is that guys like Gargano, guys like Ciampa,
competing for the world title,
guys like Tyler Bate would be like 4-time world champions by now. Could you imagine if it took that step?
I think if that was the case, SmackDown wouldn't be doing 900,000.
About 90,000.
Something like that. Be kicked off the air. Right, we'll stick him in here. And then last but not least, is Karrion Kross.
Enhancement talent.
Well, he's either enhancement talent or fucking jobber. I don't think it'd be right putting him below Keith Lee.
I know, but he did come out wearing a gimp mask, didn't he?
Yeah, but does that really affect your position on the card? Keith Lee's wife was sleeping with Triple H.
Who does OnlyFans?
Yeah, but...
Hold on, we know for a fact she does that. We don't know shit about me, Chin.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, would you...
The guy does Twitch and gets less money than us, for fuck's sake. I mean, how low does he want?
Would you rather your wife be naked all over the internet, or would you rather her actually be sleeping with another guy?
We don't know that.
Nah, it happened.
Would you bet your life on it?
Aye, because Meacham was on. Meacham was appearing every single week, and now Triple H is sleeping with Cody and not Meacham anymore.
Maybe she was sleeping with Lee Fitton.
Nah, it's just before Lee Fitton's name was popping up.
That's alright then.
As
long as you know.
Think about it. Since Triple H started sleeping with Cody, Meacham's not been on the shows as much.
True.
That's true.
And Cody can't sit down.
And Triple H's nose that big that I don't think he could fit more than two people on a bed. So obviously he had to give up Meacham for Cody. I see we stick him in
Triple H acts as the seat on the fucking airliner. Sit on me, Cody.
I think we'll stick him in here.
Strap in, boy.
It's above Adrian Neville, don't he? Fuck it.
I don't know.
Right, guys, that's...
No, fuck off, actually.
No.
Carrying Cross beneath him. You're not a real wrestling fan. Hold on.
What did Adrian
Neville
Neville do?
he was giving his own brand. 205 Live. What the fuck was Carrying Cross giving? The Sands of Time? The
P45?
Sands of Time when it was on his career run there.
Right, guys, there you go. That's our list there. I think that's pretty accurate. So that is what the NXT champions have created over the last 23 years. Obviously, you take away the 6 guys that are NA. You've just got a bunch of fucking jobbers and mid-card guys. It is what it is, Seth.
And you notice that most of them at the top are all guys that McMahon created. Or like, under his...
Aye.
And the guys that have been weighed down, like Joe, like Balor and Nakamura, is all under Triple H's fucking reign.
No, I agree.
See?
So...
Yeah, so funny.
Is what it is.
Yeah, well, we'll leave it there. That was fun. I like that.
I'd also argue that the less time you do in NXT, I think the more chance you've got of making it on the top roster.
Trick Williams, you're fucked.
I think if you spent on it, but that should be the... See if you're spending 3-4 years in NXT, that's straight... I don't care who's booking it, that's straight away that's a bad sign. That tells me that they... Because see if you're actually good, they're going to be thinking, no, he's too good to be wasting this, we need him on the main roster.
No.
See... No, but I guarantee you, right? See when McMahon went to OVW, or he was getting sent pictures, he brought... Who the fuck's this guy? Who the fuck's this guy? I need him. Send him a raw. No, but do you think McMahon was going to let Brock Lesnar sit in OVW for 4 or 5 years?
No.
And do fucking what?
Of course not, man.
Know what I mean? Do it.
No, I know. It's a fucking disgrace, but we'll leave it there, man. Will there be more women? I think, actually, you know what? There's much more of a case for the women.
It's much easier. Like, I think you made this, and I argued with you, but I can see your point now. It's much easier to become a main event woman, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, no. So anyway, that's it. We'll do a women's one soon.
Oh, you were wrong there.
I was wrong. I was wrong. You were right. That's it.
Oh, yeah, you like to hear it.
I was wrong. You were right. NXT is shite. Till next time, good night.
Oh.